What's up, peoples? Yep, we are back in Old Town, and episode 3. Yeah, I promise this one won't be as long as the last one. There was just so many things going on, and I didn't really find like I had a good place to stop. And it was just I was enjoying playing. It's hard to talk for an hour though. It really is, and not have a whole bunch of gaps. But we are back, and let's get them moving because they're just paused and standing still. So our big things in this episode, what we're working at, is we are going to get metal. We are going to get metal. We are going to unlock a... Okay. Sorry, I just had one of those moments where I'm like, I didn't do that. Did I really do that? Anyways, we are going to unlock the smelter so that way we can make metal blocks, and then we're going to unlock sluices. And while you may be thinking, oh, the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and work on this bad water diversion system and automate it. Actually, it's not. We're going to make our way up here. We're going to take some of this lumber. We're going to cut it down. And then we are going to start working on a dam to save us some water. Yep. That is what we are going to do. That is the plan. And I guess we should get started on that. But first, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to cut down those trees so I can keep building a way up right there. And I'm really going to have to set this cutting area back up at some point because otherwise they are not going to do that. The other thing we're going to do is we are going to make sure that we have enough space or enough science to get a medium tank. And to do that, we have 2 builders, 2 beavers with nothing to do. It says it's no storage space. That's quite the coincidence. Well, how about this? We are going to delete this. And then we're going to build another one right next to it. So we'll have a way to have power when that's going. And then he doesn't need to cut anything down at this moment. Yeah, he doesn't because, he just doesn't. We'll just leave it at that. So then we get stairs up there. Or I'm sorry, ladders up there. We put a path there. I think I need a path here too. And then we will put some stairs up here, and that will give us access to this area. And we will actually be putting a lumberjack up here at some point, sometime, some way, some point. But we will make sure to take down these dead trees because, they're dead. So I will mark this cutting area. Man, they already started on that. That was quick. Let's see. So another thing I really just need to look at. We got 323 science. Squirrel.
Beta, gamma. Mayhaps you desired squirrel.
Yeah, we got all 3 water pumps going, which is good. Water is flowing. We're on cycle 5, day 4. Let's see. So the fermented cassavas, 4 of them, 4 cassavas go in and I get 10, which is a much better ratio, which means I need more cassavas, which I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to start turning more of this kohlrabi field into cassavas. And quite simply, it's just because they give us a better yield. What would be even better yield would actually be corn and a food factory, but we are still quite a ways off for that. So how about we just go ahead and do another 3 rows? and we'll turn those into cassavas while we're waiting on all of this. So I kind of feel that there is no point in they'll be able to get that. There is no point in what was I going to say? No point in really chopping down all these trees yet until I get up here and I can put a storage up here so I can cut all this down, because apparently I need another storage. Or I could have just, yeah, you know, I have ladders. I have ladders.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Yeah, sometimes I don't think. I'm sure you guys were yelling at me during the last episode because, I don't know, I saw something during my editing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sure they're yelling at me about this because it was quite silly of me to not do this. It was just one of those moments. I was like, yep. So if you were sitting there yelling at me while watching the video, I understand. Oh, I don't need that water wheel or that wheel being operated right now because we have more important things to do, like picking up stuff. Oh, and let me set this to logs because now they can cut down more trees. All right, so we are up here. Let's see, 377 science. They're working on it, though. They are working. These beavers work hard for their money. Wait, they don't use money. So what would the lyrics of the song be then? Maybe they're working hard for their dinner? Yeah, that could be it. Hard for their dinner. So we are going to place another lumberjack flag up here. That'll cover all of that area right there for sure. And we can start gathering more logs. And let's see. How does this go? It goes there. Can go straight across there. Yeah, I think that'll work. If maybe I started just putting some blocks there. I mean, yeah, that would work. It's gonna be a while though before they get to that, but hey, that works. It works for me. Let's see. And then we're gonna cut all these trees down while they're still good, because as soon as a bad tide comes, those things will be dead, demolished. But on another note, I think things are going pretty well. I mean, we could still have some more. I mean, let's see. We're at 27 for our population, and I think our food is doing okay. I still think we could do better with the food, but I'm also trying not to push it too far because if we can get our reservoir and dam built, then the good thing is that we don't have to worry as much about everything like the water running out. It won't be as big of an issue at this exact moment of us having to keep everything irrigated. Oh, I got the word right. My other video, I kept forgetting the word irrigated. But it is what it is. Is that too far? From water? Yeah, it looks like it. And then here comes another issue. Like, I could, if there was a good way to get down here, I could plant down here and use this. But if I had dynamite, I could blow it up and the irrigation would reach further back. It's like one of those, I don't know which one's the best idea, which one's the best way to go. I'm not sure. We're only running, oh, so we've got 27 beavers and we're only actually running 2 breeding pods. That means our well-being is doing a lot of the heavy lifting right now. Okay, so I got 1 beaver with nothing to do. I'm sure they're going to say, this is too far from the district. Yes, it is. Because you know what? We need paths. Yeah, we need paths. So then... Okay, I'm going to work on making this pathing to get it there. And they're going to need to cut down trees to get there, but, you know, it'll work out. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, just that little bit of pathing was enough. I'll knock that out, though, at some point. Okay. Oh, the other thing is I can probably mark the rest of the cutting area down here because, you know, that's what happens. I forget. I simply forget. I have a forester over here. Like I said, I forget. Yep, I totally forgot. Ever blossom trees. I don't know if they do anything other than just give you wood, but I'm sure they look pretty. But right now, that is not our goal. We're going to do some tree repopulating. Okay. So I'm thinking after we get the metal, heavy metal. Speaking of metal, so let's see. Let's go to metal and let's look. 250 for a scavenger flag, 300 for a smelter. I'm almost there. I can almost do the scavenger flag and the smelter. I almost said scavenger flag. Yes. It's definitely one of those days. Definitely one of those days. Okay. Oh, I can plant some more cassavas right here. Let's see. And they're there. They're working. I'm also only going on, is that 2 times speed? And that's 4 times speed, I think. But, yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can speed it up even further because it's not going to be an issue. They're just working hard. Which is better than hardly working. I know, it's cheesy. It's cheesy. Dad jokes. You know, I really feel like we just need more We need more planting ground for foods. Their priority is harvesting. I think I'm actually going to change their priority to planting, because right now nothing's getting planted because they're trying to harvest everything. And we can change it back, because like the harvesting has to happen before a drought. If things are going on, then it needs to be harvested so it can be replanted before a drought. Or if the water was getting ready to die out and, I didn't have any other means, then it would need to. But as it stands right now, I don't think that's the case. It's not necessarily like that. Man, they're almost finished building this, which is good. It is good. Let's see. Man, this thing's almost full. Okay. I have 500. And then here comes the dilemma. Medium tank's only 120. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a medium water tank, because I need this. I don't want this. I need this. But we're also going to go to metal, and we're going to get our scavenger flag, so we can get someone who can start getting metal scraps. And then, yeah, so we'll build. You know what? We'll start building the storage tower. Yeah. We'll just start building the storage tower. It's going to happen anyway. We'll just start building it. And then that way. And then I need to put a path there and there. And then once we get more science, maybe I'll get that extra large industrial pile. Because, I mean, it costs a lot more, but to go from 180 to 600 and not have to make that massive science leap to getting to the underground pile, I think it'll be worth it. So, yeah. And then let us put... we'll put... Gosh, I feel like we need to put planks in one of these, and then we need to put... Yeah, we need to put planks in one, and then we need to put scrap metal in the other. Let's be real. I gotta go that way because they're not working on that very quickly. Oh, that was weird. I don't know if my recording caught that, but I just had like a pause. It was kind of weird. Okay, build those storages first. Once it's done building the gears, I'm going to pause it so we can build, so our planks aren't going to gears and we can actually have planks. Our injured beaver runs over to the medical bed. So So the one thing I do really want to find out is if the well-being modifiers from everything actually help to speed up the recovery of injured beavers. It's like one of those things that I'm not sure if that actually does that, if that actually works like I want it to. I want it to, but does it actually work like that? That's always the question to me. Yeah, our food's not keeping up at all. We need more food. Oh, my dog. He's just barking. Oh, let's see. Okay, we're back. All right. I could have just probably kept it running, but I didn't know how long I was going to be away from the computer. So my dog just, he had a vet appointment, and he's okay for now. Waiting on some test results. But they sedated him, and he was stuck downstairs. So I just had to carry my 80-pound dog up the stairs because he didn't want to be down there by himself, even though he needs to be sleeping instead of roaming around. Yep. The life of a dog dad. So, back to what we were doing before all of real life happened with my dog. All right, we finally got scrap metal. Oh man, and in the time that we got actually got our scavenger built. Oh yeah, I need to cut this off because we need to build up planks. Yeah, in that time we got enough science to get our smelter going. So, smelter. Yeah. Pay attention more often. I just turned my gears off, and we're going to need more gears. I don't know how many gears we have. Like none. Okay. What that really means is I need another lumber mill. Oh, hey! What do you know? We've got a special guest. We've got Bobingabout. We got a special beaver guest, Bobingabout. Bobingabout is the creator of a couple of the mods that I'm using. So Bobingabout showing up means that he's coming to check out how we're using the mod packs. Yeah, get your water. I think he's going to go chill out. Yeah, she's just chilling out. That I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. Little things like this. I love this game with little things like this. All right. Our special guest is here. He's hanging out. All right. So like I said, I need another the lumber mill. That's what they're called. And while this may seem like a waste of resources to do that, because it kind of is, I rather would have that over here now because we're over here And then, yeah. Because then I can just build another lumber mill here. And look at that. I have room for 2 more if I wanted to. You know what? I think I'm going to put 2 more in there. And the simple reason why, and I kind of just want the door the other way, but the reason why I'm going to put 2 there is because I can cut one off and have them swap back and forth depending upon my build needs. Because in all honesty, it only takes planks or logs to build these lumber mills. So I mean, it's not a big hard thing. So the powers, that's good. So let's look. Have levees there. Yep, levees there. And let's see. So that's going to be under landscaping. Terrain block. Sluice, 400 science. We're getting there. Oh, dang. Something I completely forgot about. Crap. All right. Okay, we're gonna put dams there. We're gonna put dams there. Yeah, we need this quick. So yeah, we're gonna put dams there. We need that done quick and in a hurry because of the simple fact of I'm gonna put dams there. And you know what? I just, because I hope this works, but I'm not sure. We're gonna put floodgates behind it. Yeah. Because with the bad tide going, this is gonna keep flowing. And I don't know if having a dam is gonna be high enough to keep the water from coming back in this way. So if it's not, I want the floodgates there. Because, yeah, that would turn out to be extremely bad. The good thing is that with a bad tide, because this is going to continue flowing, we'll still have power, so we won't actually have to use that. Okay, so they finished the dam. How much? Those need planks. Okay, I need them pumping. You know who I don't need? I don't necessarily need you up here, do I? Because bad tide. Oh gosh. When you think you've been planning properly and you're not sure you've been planning properly. So, oh, I have an extra beaver here that's not necessarily needed. So we can pause that. Yeah, we still don't have enough food. Man, we have a ton of berries that we don't need. Fermented cassavas. I'm trying to remember what's underneath that one. Kohlrabi's, fermented cassavas. So this is a temporary measure. I'm turning that to berries. And yeah, so what we're going to do, I forgot these are dams too, so I kind of have a backstop if it does spill into this a little bit, because what's going to happen is it's going to take some time for this to get here. It's only a 2-day bad tide, so I'm going to pause this. I'm going to pause this. Pause this. All right, close that and open that, because the bad water is coming. I mean, I'm not having to worry about it, but at the same time, I don't want to have an incident. I don't need an incident. They're still making planks. Oh, and if you're wondering why I was so ready to get these berries, it's because we're going to start getting rid of some of these. I feel like this entire area up here is enough. It's enough for him to be able to grab berries. At least that's what I keep telling myself. It's enough. So then if I was to looking at this paths, I do have double platforms. So if I was to go there, there, and then stair here, man, the bad tide's over already. But look at that. Everything over here dead. I told you he did. Well, once the clean water makes it around, we'll worry about that. So this is almost flushed clean. Oh, the smelter's finished. Awesome. Okay, we don't need that lumber mill running. Okay, it's day 1 is about over of cycle 6. So once we get into day 2, yeah, that water's clear enough. All right, we got our water flowing back in through here. Oh. So we are going to plant cassavas here. Right? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Because we need food. I feel like it was a mistake to take those, yeah. It was a mistake to take those kohlrabis out. So I really need them to. I think it's just the kohlrabis grow so fast, but they're not as nutritious as the cassavas. It's just difficult to manage at times. All right, so back to pumping full steam for water. This uses logs and scrap metal, so it doesn't use gears. So we can pause our gear workshop. We can pause this lumber mill. That gives us 2 extra beavers, which is great. Let's see, we can come back up here. This path. Let's see. Oh, we're at 635 science. Awesome. That is phenomenal. Because we are going to go ahead and we're going to sluice it up. And then this will be the start of this part of the dam. And then because we have sluices, I can do it this way. Yeah, well, there's a levee there. And then we'll put levees here. And now we have just started work on our reservoir. Because by working on this, we're going to section this off, and this was going to close. Yeah, we'll say that. But they were going to close above contamination 5%. So that one does. And then this is going to close below contamination 5%. Because this will just go off the map. And so that'll take our bad water out when we have a bad tide and just take it off over here, which is good. And then this will also give us a pathway across here to whenever they take all these trees out. All right, so I have 3 beavers pumping. We're at 28 beavers. Those are open. I've got a dam there. I mean, they've got tons of berries. Which I don't want them eating berries, but I needed them to have them. Oh, I need to replant the kohlrabis over here. They plant a lot faster than they harvest. That is for sure. And of course, we're going to be waiting on metal blocks, which is fine. They're making metal blocks as fast as they can. Let's see. Planks, scrap metal. He's working hard up here getting this metal. So this stores 300 water. 30. I feel like I can get rid of some of these smaller tanks and maybe use that space for something else. Because it's not necessary to have all of these small tanks. Like having these ones over here because the breeding pods were over here was a really good thing, but I think these ones can go. Let's get rid of these. Let's see. So, I mean, technically, I've accomplished the goals for this episode. I mean, I got our scrap metal, and we're pulling that out. We're pulling our metal in the smelter, and we got our sluices, which they're kind of working on these a little bit. Which, oh yeah, I need to change this. So I don't want it to always like keep pumping out water at the height. Like at the height that it was at. Because I mean, that's just a huge amount of water and I'm going to waste it. I'm going to waste it at some point. Which is the other thing I'm going to have to put. Because I created that to feed, I'm going to have to put a dam here. Which this one can actually wait to be built. Like this is low priority. Because it's not going to matter until this whole reservoir is actually finished. Which also isn't going to matter until this is done. If I'm being completely honest. But they are powering through. Oh, those aren't marked for cutting. So we can mark these for cutting. Let's see. There's a lot of dead trees up here. So I guess the best way to get up here from there would be this. Yep, there it goes. And I know I'm losing a ton of water off the map this way because of how I'm doing it. But that's fine for right now because this isn't going to even fill up. So it'll work out. It'll be fine. I have one beaver with no job. I still don't feel like I have enough food. And man, it's just one of those. How far does this reach? Yeah, we're going to do that. Man, land is premium real estate right now. You know, it's crazy. Like it is at a premium. But we're almost full on planks, which is good. Ooh, I only have a small storage for gears. I didn't even realize that. We're going to need more gears in the future. I need quite a few more gears. I guess I could put... Yeah, we can just throw that there. Temporary. Till I find a better place. Ooh, another drought approaching. Man, I really wish I could have actually had some of this reservoir built. But, man, I think what I do actually need, since I got rid of... the question is, can I finish it before the drought? Can I finish it before the drought? Because I was thinking about this earlier, and of course, you know, I do what I normally did, and I squirreled. Nope, we're not putting you there. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool right there. No, we're not putting you there. We'll put you right here. Because I want it as close. I want it close to the pumpers, my water pumpers. But I don't want it. I don't necessarily have to have it over here because I want it to be closer to the housing still. So yeah, I have like 30 planks. I have like almost 200 planks. You're builders now. You're builders now. Build. Oh, yeah. Conflicting priorities. Okay. You're not the highest priority anymore. You're not. I'm sorry to tell you that. You're not the highest priority anymore. Because with a drought on the way, that's the highest priority. Can I keep that one not synchronized to the other ones? No, I want this one not synchronized. This one I don't really care about, but that one's not synchronized to these floodgates. Because I'm going to close all of these and let a little bit water keep flowing through when the drought starts, because it's going to take a while for the water here to stabilize. So I'll raise this up to like 9 instead of 8 to try and get it to stabilize until this stabilizes at 9, because I still want to have some water trapped here that I can refill if I need to keep pumping throughout the entirety of the drought, because I don't know how long the drought's going to be. So I can refill this area with water if need be. Or at least that's the plan. No good selected. Water. Silly me. I just need water. And on another note, we're going to put that there. All of this is just something I'm doing for future. Okay, so now that the drought has started, I raise all these to 1 and raise this one to 9.5. Okay, the water stopped flowing, so that means I can raise it and this isn't going to flow over. Good. We have a little excess of water. It's a 16-day drought, which means I don't have to pump the entirety of the time. But I'm going to pump until I get this one halfway full at least. Because, yeah, now the thing is all of these have stopped. which it's really not okay. It's not okay. It's not. Let's be real. It's not. It's not fine. I can. I have 204 planks. I can pause the lumber mill. Okay. All right. We still got food coming. We're almost to 500 water. Man, I really need to look up the numbers and do the maths. I really do. He would think I would actually do that because, you know. All right, we are at 28, 29 beavers. We're almost at 30. Jeez. Hey, Bob, you're over here now? All right. Nice to have you pumping. Okay, let's see. I kind of feel like this 29 beavers is actually saving us. Because we're getting a lot of stuff done that I didn't think we were going to get done. So, yeah, because we can still have... you know what? I am so silly. I didn't realize we had 3 inventors. That's... Okay, I'm sure somebody's going to be like, yeah, you're stupid. Okay. I'm going to stop these pumps. Let that one go down to pump 8.85. Let some water in. Or... was that one still letting water through? Because there's no way it should have... No, there's no way that should have evaporated that much. I've got a leak somewhere. I have a leak. Yep. Oh, I had a leak somewhere. Okay, Bob, you're not pumping anymore. Okay, Vuji, you're gonna take a break. Take a break. Now that this is finished, I mean, it should work just fine. But me being the person that I am, I'm like, man, I am not 100% sure. Maybe I should just wait until the first bad tide to make sure that it actually works properly. Because, yeah, once I know it for sure it works properly, I can remove some of this stuff. Because, yeah, I know it's going to work. It becomes a whole thing, you know. When you know something works, you don't have to worry about it as much. So, let's see. And then I know what I'll do. And I'm trying to think of something else. So I may have to put a split in the water here to get... What I want to do is I want to make sure I can still feed water into this area back here from the reservoir. Not so much to keep the water pumping or keep it pumpable, but to actually make sure that the water can keep all of this fertilized, irrigated, fertilized. Why do I keep saying fertilized? Irrigated. Keep it all irrigated. We're gonna cut down these trees, and I just put a mark for cutting because, you know, I do things sometimes that don't make sense. I just do sometimes, every once in a while. And yet again, forgot to plant kohlrabies there because, you know, kohlrabies, we need them. And I promised this episode wasn't going to be as long as the last one, and I'm I'm making it just as long as the last one. Oh my gosh, I am so I just love playing. I just don't get a whole lot of time to play. So now that I'm playing and I'm just letting things go and seeing where it takes me, it's I'm just enjoying it. And that's one of the things that I really love. It's like I enjoy this game so much. So we have 10 days left on the drought. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't like sitting it in the dark. Nighttime makes for really bad thumbnails. But yeah, we are in the middle of a drought, but man, we are growing. I mean, look at that. Look at that overview. We are growing. We are getting bigger. And I think this is going to be good to see what we've done. To really look at what... This is going to be good to look at what we've really done for this episode. So, as always, thank you for joining me for this episode. Thank you for spending time watching this and supporting it. Your time is precious, so I appreciate that you gave me a little bit of it. And I will see you all in the next episode, where I will figure out... I think the next episode is going to be Bad Water and Dynamite. Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the way to go. So, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.